going on, everybody? This is Mike coming to you guys live in effect as always. As some of you may know me as Mike Jones, Phil Jones, if you know me personally or professionally, and I am one of the hosts of the Extraordinary Man podcast. So you guys know my counterpart, none other than the one, the only, the insatiable, the incredible, the absolutely beyond belief, to stay up all night to get it done, Mr. If you got a problem with it, I can fix it himself. State your name.
I am Midas. Make sure you put a king in front of that. Let's go.
I tried to be on code. All right, so here's how this is finna go. We finna talk real dirty. We finna talk real spicy, and there's gonna be people who not gonna agree with what's being said, but it is what it is. Midas,
I don't
what's
care if they don't agree.
what's your thoughts on divorce, my man?
If you want to go, you should go. I mean, we spoke about it before. My bad. I was turning my ringers and all that off.
It's all good.
We spoke about it before, but I mean, I'm definitely with the renewable marriage license. Should be able to split, and you go your way, I'll go my way. Like it should be something of the sort like that for sure.
So my OG gave me some information back in the day that I thought was priceless. If it ain't working for you, it ain't working for nobody. Because nothing should be a one-sided situation so where one person is taking all of the flack and the other side is reaping all of the benefit. I'm a huge proponent of that. And apparently we've gotten so much as far as a society to where many people are starting to feel that way. There's been more talks, I guess you could say, I can't say more than ever because I don't know what was going on in the generations before myself. But as
Mhm.
somebody that's almost 40 years old, I can tell you that this is the most that this has been hot topic in my lifetime. Would you agree with that?
Absolutely. I mean, it's right now floodgates is open, and there's been a lot of changes that's come down the pipeline dealing with Florida, Texas, and Tennessee. It's been a lot of information that puts us in a finally, as far as history says it, we're finally winning. We finally got a win. Couple wins actually.
So let me put this out there. I live in Florida. People hate Florida because their worldview is based on the politics and the opinions and the news media that's in the state that they're in. So if you're in a state that is predominantly blue, you may not understand Ron DeSantis or any of the governing politics that move the state of Florida. But I can tell you this is that the worldview outside of Florida is going to always be based off of where you're from and your understanding of how things work where you are. What works for Florida may not work for New York City. What works for Florida may not work for Chicago, Illinois, may not work for Cleveland, Ohio, but it works for where it works for. So what we're going to do is we're going to get into a couple of quick topics. We're going to deliberate on these topics as so. Midas, by any chance, did you have any articles or do we need to go ahead and pull some up?
We could pull some up. You know how we do.
All right. So, as you guys know, who have been following us, and thank you for the 476 subscribers that we've acquired so far. Thank you guys so much for deciding not only to come but to stay and be a part of this extraordinary man family. For those who have been around, you guys know for a fact that we are a group of people that we pride ourselves in. We don't just talk from the hip. Yes, sometimes we may be passionate about a subject, but we do make sure that we know what we're talking about before we talk about it. So, without further ado, let's get into some of this. So, we're going to talk about 3 states specifically
Yep.
So I got the Tennessee thing up. Do you want to go ahead and jump into that right now while we're waiting?
Yeah, we can do that.
All right. So
'Cause I,
I'm going.
'cause I got Florida up and I'm trying to find Texas.
All right, cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull up the Tennessee thing, and I'll delve deeper as necessary. So Tim, you can see my screen.
Yes, sir.
All right. So the first line of this right here in Google, and this is coming directly from Tennessee.gov. The newborn screening tests require a simple heel stick blood sample collected from newborns between 24 to 36 hours after birth. If the screening results of one laboratory test is outside the expected range, the program's newborn screening follow up for nurses will be immediately begin to follow up. Why is there newborn screening? Let's go a little bit further into this. Actually, my bad. This is for a different type of screening. I'll come back to this. Guys, we don't always get it right out the gate. Bear with us. You say that you have the Florida article ready to go, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's send the Florida article up.
All right. So right here, this is gonna come from the Florida Times Union in Jacksonville. But right off the top here, we got all right. DeSantis signed a bill to eliminate permanent alimony in Florida. Let's go. What
So,
you need to know, it took 4 tries and nearly 10 years, but Governor Ron DeSantis has signed a bill to overhaul the state's alimony laws and eliminate permanent alimony.
so let's get into that. Let's dig into that a little bit, if you don't mind. Right there gives a definition of permanent alimony. You want to dig into that?
I'm going to pull it up some so the screen can see it.
Okay.
Let me see if I can make it bigger for everybody. Okay. When a marriage is ended, the court may order one ex spouse to make financial payments called alimony to the other ex spouse. Originally, it was solely to support children, and when men were the primary providers, it was to help ex wives support themselves after divorce. When no fault divorce became popular, alimony remained a right but became more conditional. So that's the definition. Florida
So,
statutes previously. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, I was saying like I didn't realize there was that many different forms of it.
Me either.
All right, let's dig into it. Let's do this.
So this is a live class right now. I didn't know it was this many. All right. So Florida statute previously recognized 4 types of alimony a court may grant. We got bridge the gap, rehabilitative, durational, and then permanent. Okay, so we still got 3 other forms of alimony that are still in play. All right, so bridge the gap. Payments made to help the supported ex spouse make the transition to being single and financially independent. Bridge the gap alimony is designed to assist a party with legitimate, identifiable, short term needs and may not exceed 2 years. You only get 24 months out of me. All right. Rehabilitative. Rehabilitative. All right. Alimony. Payments as part of a specified plan made to help the ex spouse learn or regain skills or credentials or acquire work experience needed to get employed. Okay, I'll take that. I'll take that. You want to pick up a new skill. You want to get certified in something. You want to become a veterinarian or something. Okay, not a problem. Not a problem. All right. Now and then we have durational. But yeah, but once you get the certificate or whatever, we need to find out at what point does that cut off? When you get employed or after you complete the course as which I was paying for? And how long does that take? Because what if you drop out, go to classes are too hard or whatever, stress, life happens. At what point what's the cutoff period for that?
Right. How
All
many
right.
different times can you switch majors or try something new or decide something isn't a good
Mhm.
fit for you up until you finally find a fit? Like how do we prevent you from gaming the system to expand it?
Exactly. And then on top of that, what part of saying learning or regaining skills or gaining credentials or acquire work experience, how far does that go? Do I have to pay for a PhD? Like, do I gotta pay like for 7 houses to get you a PhD? You get what I'm saying? Like,
Mm,
they are pretty pricey. How far does this go? All right. Durational alimony. Payments made for a set period of time after a marriage of short or moderate duration or after a long marriage as determined by the court if permanent alimony is not needed. So that actually may dissolve that one too, because durational alimony is kind of almost connected in some way connected to permanent alimony. So it may dissolve durational alimony, or they may have to tweak durational alimony and only look at it from a short term or moderate duration. And the definition stops there. So that's definitely something that they got to go back to the drawing board and work out. The other two, I ain't gonna lie, I think I'm on board with the other two. I'm fine with that. I'm okay with the other two. I don't mind, saying making sure that you. I know it kind of sucks, in certain situations, you don't care if you seen your ex in a burning car, you wouldn't piss on it. But you know what I'm saying, to make sure that everybody deserves to be in some type of decent situation, to make sure that they able to thrive and have a decent life or whatever. Everybody is deserving of that. um I'm cool with the first two. What you think?
I could deal with it.
I can deal with it.
I could deal with that. Now here's my thoughts, and it's just my thoughts. When we come down to marriage situations, family court, the structure of how things are broken down, and really establishing the needs of the spouse. Where do these decisions come into play and how often are they utilized? Obviously, that's not a question that we can answer here at the Extraordinary Men. If there
Mhm.
was a lawyer present, somebody that deals in divorce, I would definitely love to pick their brain and try to get an understanding of how often these things are actually utilized versus the tradition of just having somebody permanently paying. But my thought process in a nutshell is I don't believe that anybody should be paying for the rest of their life for anything.
No, no, absolutely not. No.
My thing is that if you move on with a new husband, if you find a nice job, if you find yourself in a different financial situation, attain celebrity status, whatever the circumstances may be, that your status has changed and your finances can accommodate your lifestyle, I can understand in certain respects that when you're with somebody that for them to have some sort of living. The problem that I have is to be able to live and then to provide to provide alimony to maintain the current lifestyle, because this is the lifestyle that you provided for me. That I don't agree with.